Good morning. Today is Tuesday, October 1st, and I am here to bring you wisdom from the Word. This is day 1. I'm going to be reading for 30 days every morning from the Psalms and the Proverbs. And so today, I'm just going to go ahead and get right into it. Please excuse my appearance, excuse my tardiness, and my voice. Just bear with me. I am getting over something right now, and we are traveling. So, just wanted to make this happen because I committed to do this. So I originally had other plans to pre-record and have it ready to go, but that didn't work out. So this little book I'm just going to share with you, since this is the first time that I'm starting, does contain in the entire Psalms and Proverbs. So we're going to be reading a few chapters of Psalms a day, like I think about 5 chapters average, depending on how long they are, and 1 chapter of Proverbs. I picked this up at a thrift store maybe a month or so ago. I always just check their books and stuff, and I saw this and I thought, and I opened it, and so I have to tell you. So this is from the Living Bible. It's not a translation. It is a, what do they call it? Not a summarization. I can't think of the word right now, but paraphrase, okay? So I sometimes read the New Living Translation, and it just kind of breaks things down simply. This, I love the way that it reads. Like and I love reading different versions because it just gives you a broader scope, as I've talked about before. So this is from the New Living Bible, and I'm going to start with Psalm 1, and it does not have the little captions in here, and it has, what I love about this, and it's just called Words of Wisdom, and what I love about this is it breaks it down day 1, day 2, day 3, so that you can actually read through the Psalms and Proverbs every single month with whatever reading plan that you're doing, because it's good to just incorporate and have, a balanced diet, right? So I know this is not Sip and Share Saturday, but it is Tuesday, and we're doing something different. This is not coffee that I have in here. It is tea that I'm going to be sipping to keep my voice so that I can speak. So, starting with Psalm chapter 1. And so again, this does not have the captions, sorry. This does not have the captions, but I got them out of my Bible because I like those. It gives me like a summary of what that chapter is, what the focus of that chapter is. Good morning. So this says, the way of the righteous and the end of the ungodly. Oh, the joys of those who do not follow evil men's advice, who do not hang around with sinners, scoffing at the things of God. But they delight in doing everything God wants them to do, and day and night are always meditating on His laws and thinking about ways to follow Him more closely. They are like trees along a riverbank bearing luscious fruit each season without fail. Their leaves shall never wither, and all they do shall prosper. But for sinners, what a different story. They blow away like chaff before the wind. They're not safe on judgment day, and they shall not stand among the godly. For the Lord watches over all the plans and paths of godly men, but the paths of the godless lead to doom. Okay, and chapter number 2 of Psalms is the Messiah's triumph and kingdom. What fools the nations are to rage against the Lord. How strange that men should try to outwit God. For a summit conference of the nations has been called to plot against the Lord and His Messiah, Christ the King. Come, let us break His chains, they say, and free ourselves from all this slavery to God. Does it sound familiar? You ever heard people say that? It's bondage, it's bondage. Meanwhile, they're the ones that are in bondage. Sorry, I'm trying just to read through this and not comment. We don't need the Kara commentary, sorry. It's hard for me, because these thoughts all go through my head. But God in heaven merely laughs. He is amused by all their puny plans. And then in fierce fury he rebukes them and fills them with fear. For the Lord declares, "This is the king of my choice, and I have enthroned him in Jerusalem, my holy city." His chosen one replies, "I will reveal the everlasting purposes of God, for the Lord has said to me, 'You are my son. This is your coronation day. Today I am giving you your glory. Only ask, and I will give you all the nations of the world. Rule them with an iron rod. Smash them like clay pots. O kings and rulers of the earth, listen while there is time. Serve the Lord with reverent fear. Rejoice with trembling. Fall down before his son and kiss his feet before his anger is roused and you perish. I am warning you, his wrath will soon begin, but oh, the joys of those who put their trust in him." Okay, and then Psalm 3. Well, some of them it has captions, because now it says, "A Psalm of David when he fled from his son Absalom." And also the theme is, "The Lord helps his troubled people." O Lord, so many are against me. So many seek to harm me. I have so many enemies, so many that say that God will never help me. But Lord, you are my shield, my glory, and my only hope. You alone can lift my head, now bowed in shame. I cried out to the Lord, and he heard me from his temple in Jerusalem. Then I lay down and slept in peace and woke up safely, for the Lord was watching over me. And now, although 10,000 enemies surround me on every side, I'm not afraid. I will cry to him, "Arise, O Lord, save me, O my God." And he will slap them in the face, insulting them and breaking off their teeth. For salvation comes from God. What joys he gives to all of his people. Good morning. I know there's some just joining. We are on chapter 4 of Psalms. The safety of the faithful, another Psalm of David. O God, you have declared me perfect in your eyes. You have always cared for me in my distress. Now hear me as I call again. Have mercy on me. Hear my prayer. The Lord God asks, "Sons of men, will you forever turn my glory into shame by worshiping these silly idols, when every claim that's made for them is false?" Mark this well. The Lord has set apart the redeemed for himself. Therefore he will listen to me and answer when I call to him. Stand before the Lord in awe and do not sin against him. Lie quietly upon your bed in silent meditation. Put your trust in the Lord and offer him pleasing sacrifices. Time for another sip. Okay. Many say that God will never help us. Prove them wrong, O Lord, by letting the light of your face shine down upon us. Yes, the gladness you have given me is far greater than their joys at harvest time as they gaze on their bountiful crops. I will lie down in peace and sleep, for though I am alone, O Lord, you will keep me safely. Chapter 5, a prayer for guidance, a Psalm of David. O Lord, hear me praying. Listen to my plea, O God, my King, for I will never pray to anyone but you. Each morning I will look to you in heaven and lay my requests before you, praying earnestly. I know you get no pleasure from wickedness and cannot tolerate the slightest sin. Therefore, proud sinners will not survive your searching gaze, for how you hate their evil deeds. You will destroy them for their lies, how you abhor all murder and deception. But as for me, I will come into your temple protected by your mercy and your love. I will worship you with deepest awe. Lord, lead me as you promised me you would. Otherwise, my enemies will conquer me. Tell me clearly what to do, which way to turn, for they cannot speak one truthful word. Their hearts are filled to the brim with wickedness. Their suggestions are full of the stench of sin and death. Their tongues are filled with flatteries to gain their wicked ends. O God, hold them responsible. Catch them in their own traps. Let them fall beneath the weight of their own transgressions, for they rebel against you. But make everyone rejoice who puts his trust in you. Keep them from shouting for joy because you are defending them. Keep them shouting for joy, because you are defending them. Fill all who love you with your happiness. For you bless the godly man, O Lord. You protect him with your shield of love. And now Proverbs chapter 1. And then that will conclude our wisdom from the word for today. Our daily dose. These are the Proverbs of King Solomon of Israel, David's son. And just a little quick side note here. Solomon is known as the wisest man who ever lived. So take note, there's so much wisdom in the Proverbs. He wrote Ecclesiastes as well. It's very good, though later in his life. Okay. He wrote them to teach his people how to live, how to act in every circumstance. For he wanted them, bear with me, he wanted them to be understanding, just and fair in everything they did. I want to make the simple-minded wise, he said. I want to warn young men about some problems they will face. I want those already wise to become the wiser and become leaders by exploring the depths of meaning in these nuggets of truth. Aren't you thankful for those who have gone before us that take the time to share wisdom that they have gained from the Lord to help us know not to make the same mistakes, how to live a godly life, how to stay away from trouble? How does a man become wise? Okay, and I should have said the caption, the summary of Proverbs chapter 1 is the beginning of knowledge. What is the beginning of knowledge? How does a man become wise? The first step is to trust and reverence the Lord. Only fools refuse to be taught. Listen to your father and mother. What you learn from them will stand you in good stead. It will gain you many honors. If young toughs tell you, come and join us, turn your back on them. We'll hide and rob and kill, they say. Good or bad, we'll treat them all alike. And the loot will get all kinds of stuff. Come on, throw in your lot with us. We'll split with you in equal shares. And again, I am reading from the Living Bible, so it's a little bit differently worded, but I love it. Don't do it, son. Stay far from men like that, for crime is their way of life, and murder is their specialty. When a bird sees a trap being set, it stays away. But not these men. They trap themselves. They lay a booby trap for their own lives. Such is the fate of all who live by violence and murder. They will die a violent death. Wisdom shouts in the streets for a hearing. She calls out to the crowds along Main Street and to the judges in their courts and to everyone in all the land. You simpletons, she cries, how long will you go on being fools? How long will you scoff at wisdom and fight the facts? Come here and listen to me. I'll pour out the spirit of wisdom upon you and make you wise. I have called you so often, but still you won't come. I have pleaded, but all in vain. For you have spurned my counsel and reproof. Someday you'll be in trouble and I'll laugh. Mock me, will you? I'll mock you. When a storm of terror surrounds you and when you are engulfed by anguish and distress, then I will not answer your cry for help. We've got sirens and trains and everything going on back here. Then I will not answer your cry for help. It will be too late, though you search for me ever so anxiously. For you closed your eyes to the facts and did not choose to reverence and trust the Lord. And you turned your back on me, spurning my advice. That is why you must eat the bitter fruit of having your own way and experience the full terrors of the pathway you have chosen. For you turned away from me to death. Your own complacency will kill you. Fools, but all who listen to me shall live in peace and safety, unafraid. All right, that concludes our wisdom from the word today. Thank you for watching or listening. God bless you, and we'll see you again tomorrow for day number 2.